stand up and get ready, take your shirt off and shout rev deuces, stream starts now. And now that I have your attention, it's time for us to get serious. Say hello and chat to your friends. Fires up the stream, hear the good vibes come. Let's distract you from that terrible day. Your wife doesn't suck, your husband is a nag. But here you matter, and there's very little lag. Rev deuces stream, yeah, we laugh as one. Telling dad jokes and flirting with every daughter and son. We're gonna burn our retirement homes on down and shake our asses like Nurse Rose Brown. Patch notes hit, he's already read it. Scopely's wild, he's not gonna edit. Game's a mess, he still stands tall with spreadsheet sass and a reverend call. Do you miss having someone to talk to when you're bored? To talk to when you ain't got nothing to do? Do you miss having someone to talk to when it's late at night? Well, have I got a stream for you? Rev deuces stream, yeah, we laugh as one. Telling dad jokes and flirting with every daughter and son. We're gonna burn our retirement homes on down and shake our asses like Nurse.
All right. Let's turn the music down. Let's turn it down. Turn it off. All right. Sorry. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Can you believe it's already the day de la humping? It is the day de la humping. It is. It is indeed. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you are doing well. If you're not doing well, hopefully I can make your day better. We're going to talk about the new arc. We're going to talk about the new events, specifically the event schedule, because we do have the calendar, thanks to the amazing, the wonderful Vipper. Vipper be doing all the things behind the scenes. Well, not all the things. He does some of the things. He's halfway useful is what I'm saying. He's semi-useful. He's a little bit importante. Not many importantes because he's annoying, but semi-importante for this. This is our calendar. If you've never seen it before, well, congratulations. You're seeing it now. And this is for this month. It is, as you can see, a little bit light. That's because, as with the previous months, for the past couple months, we are having Scopely add in events as we get deeper into the month. So the calendar then looks quite sparse. Now, there are still things there to pay attention to, but yeah, we'll go over that. And, well, we're going over it now, but as you can see, we'll have to add more. And so we're just keeping Viper busy, basically. Shout out to Viper for existing, because if he wasn't doing it, well, I'm sure maybe somebody else would, but he's the one doing it, so we gotta say thank you. Nice new PvP event today. I mean, it's just another PvP event. We do have Friday night more PvP arenas, so I'm very curious to see how that goes with it being on a different night. Good Tita, good to see you. Welcome in, Jurassic Mike. Yeah, I talked about it pretty heavily in yesterday's stream. The sliders for shields, I think, is fantastic. Obviously, I'm very excited about that addition. Many of you are very excited about that addition. I'll be honest, the content portion, in terms of like the features, the quality of life updates, and this might get a lot of people maybe side-eyeing me, I think are good this month. I'll explain why, but I actually really only have issues with live ops, which has kind of been like a growing talking point on this channel. I think that the event structures have really been ruining a lot of things that have actually been pretty solid. How about I show you what I mean? Instead of me just saying, nice things, first off, let me repair this Reliant and then flip it back. This is the baby account. We'll switch on over to server 20, show a level 60 account, and show what I mean. So, for example, the events are poopy. I'm not a fan of a lot of these events, and it's very, very heroic focused. So here's what I'm doing. I'm ignoring most of the events. I'm going to do my battle passes, because I'm going to do my Trailblazer later. But I'm really ignoring a lot of what they're putting out for the actual event run. But if we look at this update on its merits, I'm pretty happy with it. For example, let me show you why. most of you who are watching right now are probably like Tiberius, where you have a level 60 account and you're thinking about going into G6. Well, fantastic addition in this refinery is the Stasis globe. And when it first came out, because it only applied really to heavy spenders, like many of you, I was kind of indifferent. Like I wasn't against it or anything, but it was like, cool, whatever. Well, now with so many of you in G4, G5 leveling up, Stasis Globe is a fantastic addition, and this now has a free-to-play sourcing model with the original baseline currency here, and that's amazing. Why is it amazing for those curious? Because of the base hazard resistance. So when you get to G6, having 200% hazard resistance as soon as you get into G6 is going to make your G6 experience, it's tough to even call it better. It's going to make it significantly different than everybody else who's been in G6 from literally yesterday and before. Like Monday, September 7th, whatever it was, 8th, and before has a drastically different experience from anybody who will obtain the Stasis Globe and to go into G6 and beyond from this point, right? So that's a fantastic addition that is easy to overlook. It's easy to overlook because you look at the heroic events and you just go, why do they want me to hit 1,500 hostiles? And I go, I don't want to hit 1,500 hostiles, so I won't hit 1,500 hostiles. But that's just one example, right? And the big thing for me in this loop is that it's a 5-minute or less loop a day, or 5-minute or less time in the loop a day. That's good. And then we had quality of life things. Obviously, I've been screaming at this for months. They have finally relented. I am very thankful. Clearly, I still have some level of influence up there. We now have sliders on the P shields, so I can get 50 of them bad things at a time. Sure, you might say, hey, why limit it? I don't really care. I would have taken 10 slides, like if I could have just redeemed 10 at a time. So there's actually been some good stuff in terms of the mechanics of how this works. I just have a really big issue with the event side of things. The good news is it's easy to ignore the event side of things, right? Because we ignore FOMO around here and we focus on fun. Right, so that is the general paradigm that I'm holding, but I'm very curious to see what y'all think. And then of course we can go over strategies. Like for example, we're basically just telling people to run a loot crew. You don't even have to use your biggest ship. We've got players who are in the mid 40s who are punching up to the 59s. These hostiles, until you get into the rare and epic side of them, which is up here. And to get up here, you need to have the building upgraded anyway. You basically need to be a G6 player. So this, slightly different how you accrue, but down here, this is all going to be just loot crew and use whatever ship you want to. People are using relativities, pylons, etc., and focusing on the building. We'll talk strategy though, and we will, of course, go into a video later where we break down the loop. But to be honest, I don't really feel like this loop is, I feel like this loop is a lot of what players have been asking for. It doesn't take long to do. It has pretty solid rewards between the refinery and the research, and it doesn't take long to do. Like it's not like, I may mean to Mr. Tiger and the augment crowd, but augment's not 5 minutes. Like augment is as much time as you want to devote to it, but it's not 5 minutes, right? Like you can easily spend 20, 40 minutes grinding augment and not be done for the day. You go hit just a few hostiles and you're done with the, as some people are calling it, the aggravation loop, right? So pros and cons of different style. With the Reliant and with the Wrath of Khan, you can store up stuff for super long time. You got multiple things. You actually have more valuable things in the Wrath of Khan one, but here this loop is short, sweet, to the point. So short, sweet, to the point. The drawback is, and look, and I tell people this, every month is going to have a selling point. This month's selling point is the building. Right here, the building. This is the selling point. This is what they want to sell. So for you who do not want to spend money, which I'm not buying a building upgrade pack, you're going to spend time upgrading the building to get to deeper portions. And I think that's fine. That's fine. If there are people out there who want to spend $500 to max out their building to keep this game free to play, more power to those players. I am not one of them. But if you've followed what we were doing yesterday on stream and our strategies, we've already got it free to play up to here between the monitoring the refines. We'll talk about that here in the video or in the stream here in a second, because it does change different levels. You want to pay attention to that. And then also the freebie gifts. So making progress. Snipe says, have been curious what's changed for you with the NDA being pulled and if it's good for us and you. Yeah, I mean, everything, as I said before, and I said months ago when it happened back in May, Nothing will change in terms of me giving feedback. Nothing will change in terms of the access I have with game design. The really thing that only changes is I'm not involved with the official content creator program, which is only 4 people. So nothing's really changed for me. How the heck are 40s players hitting up in the 50s? Easy, Scott. They're using like their relativity, and these hostiles are not very difficult, right? So we have a spreadsheet. I know y'all are like, oh no, another spreadsheet. Well, sometimes spreadsheets can be helpful. We have another spreadsheet, and we'll go over aggregation loop and the recon locus, and we'll show you some of that. But these hostiles don't have insane abilities. Like, for example, let's put this on the screen. This is our spreadsheet. Give me just a second. I'm gonna make it to where y'all can see everything. Q snap. Woo! All right, so if you look over here, these are the bonuses. It's a mostly mitigation-based hostile with a damage booster. You don't have to deal with anything like ISO or anything like that until you get to the G6 area. So it's common, which is G4, uncommon, which is G5. Then you have rare, which is early G6, and epic, which is late G6. Like, these are not difficult hostiles compared to the Suliban hostiles, just for an example. Like, these are easier hostiles. Let's see if we can pull up an example for you. I think Sugar Fat Man's in the chat. If he's not, Sugar Fat Man, I'm about to use one of your screenies. Here's Sugar Fat Man punching up to the 49, which is as high as you go. I think I said 50s. 49 is the highest you can go until you get... no, you go to the 50s. You go to the 59s. But the main thing here is the decay, right? So the drawback to going all the way up to a 59 is the decay doubles. And if you haven't upgraded your building, then that just means less hostiles you can kill. But they're not exactly super strong. I mean, they're not weak, but they're not super strong. They're not one-shot hostiles. They don't have like a special mechanic that sends you home, right? So here's Sugar Fat Man, who is a new 45, taking down a 49 and not struggling with it, right? And just losing that base reduction that they take away. So it's just dealing with the decay, and dealing with the decay means upgrading the building, which is why we focus on upgrading the building first. So, yeah. Are there any punch-up crews for these? Well, no. There's no point in like a punch-up crew. Like, this is, if anything, this loop is great because this is the most simple, basic, smooth brain. You can be dumb as a box of rocks. Just to throw out a loot crew. There's no point in punching up. Like, it's not like the Reliant loop, the Wrath of Khan loop, where you kind of want to punch up. There's no rep to grind here. If you look at the rewards for the hostiles, you max out at commons at 49. So if you need commons, there's no reason to punch up. And until you need uncommon, which is building level 51, here, let me pop this over. You don't need uncommons until 51. There's no reason to punch up. Now, if you want to save for later, sure. I mean, cool. But this is a very easy loop. It is very dumbed down that even the British can understand it. You don't have to punch up. Now, if you want to, like if you just want to be a try-hard in this game, which is fine. We don't shame anybody for that. There's just no need for that. Like, you can play it at a regular pace because, again, the rewards are all similar, right? Just like the 59s pay out the maximum uncommon you'll need. You don't need to punch any higher because there you go. It's all there. So, yeah, exactly, Snipe. Even the British can understand it. So, like, you can punch up if you want to. I mean, which is fine, but keep in mind that punching up means you got to deal with more of the decay. Whereas if you can just hit a 59, if you need uncommon, just hit the 59s. Like, if you need common, which everybody here needs, unless you're a G6 player who paid, like Moopsy, to get the building and start hitting all this, you don't need any of that. You just go do this basic refine. As you tier up, it will ask you to do more things. But as we said, the selling point of what they want to sell packs on is this right here, right? But that doesn't happen until 51. Then 61 is when you need the rares, so G6, and then 67 is when the epic opens up. So it's very time gated, but at the same time, the big rewards aren't time gated like the C12 Stasis Club. Like, I hate to be like super positive about an art design because things have been negative, but I think in terms of feature design, I really like this style. It's simple, it's quick, if you want to put time into it, you can. If you don't think it's valuable, that's fine. but it's not something that you need to then run the gauntlet every day, 7 days a week for. It's pretty easy to literally take out a ship, spend 30 minutes, and you've got 2-3 weeks worth of the common token saved up, and you don't have to worry about uncommons and stuff till you get your building to level 51. I like it. My gripe is with heroic events telling Moopsy in level 68 that he needs to hit 2,000 hostiles. Sugar Fat Man says as a level 45, he tried punching up just for the heck of it, and he can kill a 53 with Strange New World Kirks. Yep. There you go. So, let's see. Tib says, Eco did create this loop. Look, I don't like calling out individual employees because, to be honest, individual employees, even in the live ops, sometimes are being told, hey, we need this. And if you're being told your benchmark is, we're giving you this feature, but you need to find a way to make $5 million. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to do a lot of heroic events. So I don't like to call out individual employees. Yes, there are some who drastically differ from me in style and what I believe is good for the general player base. But this is what I've been screaming at players for a long time. If you find something like that, simple, ignore it. And that's how I'm looking at these events. I just ignore the events and I take the loop on its own merits. And I think this is a solid loop addition. It provides value to the players. If you want to get the higher up stuff, like you want to pay into the building, buying one pack takes the building up to, I think, 45. And then if you include all the freebie gifts you've got, and I think one pack will get people right at that 51 uncommon level if you wanted to, right? That's up to you. Am I doing it? No. Look at my building level. Rev's not doing it. You might choose to do it. I'm just saying, like, if we step back and look at, like, is Scopely listening? This is a good arc of not doing everything ridiculous. That's just my thoughts. But I still have the events listed as ridiculous. Like, if we're grading the events, no. If we're grading the arc, I would love to have more arcs that were only 5-minute runs. So, Moopsy says, this loop just tells me to automate gameplay more via third-party programs. Wow, Moopsy, that's against terms of service, and we can't recommend doing that. But if you do it, don't tell anybody.
Keep it to yourself, is what I'm saying.
Don't tell anybody that you're doing that, Moopsy. Keep it to yourself. Yeah. I think it's the first loop that literally takes 5 minutes or less on launch day. Yeah, see, that's my thing. Like, I've been screaming, like, I like the Wrath of Khan loop, but when you see it compared to this new loop, you go, dang, I spent a lot of time over there, right? Because the aggregation loop is really short with solid rewards. The research is solid. I'm not saying it's over the top great. Wrath of Khan has way more valuable stuff as a whole in it, but you've got good stuff here. I really like it for G4 or G5 players for the Stasis Globe. And if you're a G6 player, I mean, it's okay. I honestly think most of the value is in G4, G5 this loop. But if you're a G6 player, you know, share your opinion. I've actually not logged into a G6 account yet to play this, so I'll probably do that Friday. Valhalla says the first loop in a while where the hostile is easy to beat. You know, the whole Decay aside. Yeah, I would agree with that. And, gosh, I got to pull this. I'm working on, I got to double pull my building, but at the same time, if I can double pull my building, gotta pull Stasis Globe. But I also want the research. See, it's tough because there's actually good stuff in both areas. But yeah, I got to get this building upgrade. The higher you take the building, the further you can go. Real quick, I want to cover the building here because I don't think a lot of people know this. And if you've not been speed running your building and you've not been upgrading, pay attention to what I'm about to say. You want to make sure you're checking your refinery for your building, because if you hit the little info button, it'll tell you the refinery upgrades based on the level of the building, but it is not consistent. So it starts at every 5 levels, as in level 6, level 11, level 16, level 21, it improves, level 26. But you get to some of the levels in the 40s, it does it every 2 levels. So if you're trying to be efficient, you want to catch the refinery every time it resets, make sure you're paying attention to that little helpful note based on where you're at. It's real simple. Just as you're going to do your pulls that day, click it and go, hey, am I about to hit this level? All right, because it starts off every 5 levels, and then eventually it actually changes to where it happens in a couple levels. So just pay attention to this little note. That way you can catch that refinery every time. for those curious, how did you get to level 25 on your building already? Because yesterday on stream, we were catching the refinery every time it respawned, double pulling the building, as well as the freebie gift that they gave us. And that got me all the way into the 20s, which gives me a reduction right now. It's not a hazard reduction. It gives me a decay reduction of currently 10%, meaning that the level 49s only have a 15% reduction versus their original 25. So, yeah. Alexi says, well, the problem is, as a G6 player who has 95% of the FTs, I need the building really high to have any use for this loot. But you don't, Alexi. You don't. You just need to do the commons. You just do the commons. You can still access some of the research by just doing commons, right? Just run through the commons. And then the building itself, I mean, it's giving you building speed boost and ship construction speed boosting, which you're going to want as a G6 player. Like, if you don't want to spend, it's not like all the G6 content is like super great. I mean, you're not going to, what I'm saying is, if you paid to have your recon locus maxed out right now, are they just going to give you the PvP FTs, the new ones, the PTs? No. They're not just going to give it to you. So, I mean, like, what's the rush? Now, if you do want to jump in ahead, of course, we have the refinery, and you can see all the things that you're getting, like the PT, which you will need the PT protomatter and everything for the new stuff, depending on how you decide to buy it. Obviously, it also is going to help with the bundles of the older stuff, the protomatter, the tier up catalyst, fusion rods. But you have both uncommon and epic for this new currency. You have the two ones. You have the tier up catalyst and the protomatter. But I don't know. It's just like, is there really a reason for you to rush? So, free to play can get to 28 now, right now, with the battle pass. Paid battle pass be even higher. I haven't even pulled from my battle pass yet. Mike says you can't do 90% of the research until you're building a City 1 Plus. That's respectfully not true. But you still have access to the early research. And as we said, this loop is G5 and above, right? So it's just going to take time. Now, the amount of time, for those curious, we can tell you right here. So if we want to get to level 51, 156 days. If we're just doing nothing, keep in mind that it's actually significantly shorter, because we already jumped up to about level 25 if you're a day one player with this, right? So that's significantly less than 156, but that's how long it takes if, say, a player started this next month where they don't have the gift. It's going to take them 156 days to go from 1 to 51. That's not a terrible progression path. Like, keep in mind, I'm saying that because this game will never release content that you can have everything day one, because then what would be the point of the game? The game's supposed to be making money. So, like, it's not being respectfully not true. What I'm saying are true statements. You still get early access to things. It's just, how much are you willing to spend to have everything right now? Like, these aren't terrible timetables. It's just, do you want to have the things now? And if you're a Sigma player, you're kind of a spender. There are free to play there. Let's not pretend like there's not, but they're in the minority, right? They're in the minority. This is not bad timetables. This is fine. It's hey, you're paying to have things earlier, but you still have access to things. You're not like completely blocked off from everything. You're getting like, for example, let's actually look at the research real quick. You're getting level 1, and then you gotta get to Recon Locus 36 to get to level 2. But that's still a 1200% boost against the aggregation hostiles. Then you get to the Apex barrier versus aggregation, right? That's just needing the research material. You can still get some of the early levels as you progress down. And yeah, there's some level locks there against a time gate that is how they're going to make the money this month. And you can choose to ignore it or not. Dogfather says we're not the minority much anymore. No, you still are. Like, I know people are frustrated, but here's the thing about scoping and STFC. Look, there's definitely been people who've been pissed and leaving, but y'all really underestimate the amount of people who are still spending. As in, they're still spending still getting tens of thousands of battle passes a month. They're still getting tens of thousands of people buying $100 packs every week. Like, spending has not fallen off. There are definitely some very high spenders who are mad, but the truth is the spending in this game has yet to domino. It's just not happened. The people who get pissed, they quit. And then the people who are here frustrated are still spending. Whether that's good or bad, that's on you to make a decision. But there's plenty of packs still being sold. G6 is not a free-to-play area of the game. And it just is how it is. I mean, you can come in here right here. I've got well over 100 ready to collect. The game is still doing the game things. And I think that's just our sad reality. Like, we're never going to be able to, like, spinning bans just aren't going to work in STFC, y'all. You have to make things work that aren't spinning bans. So, yeah, don't be fooled. Like, G6 is not made up secretly of a bunch of free-to-play. No, it's still significantly overwhelming spenders. Just might be debating on what degree of spender, because you have some people who are in G6 who have spent well over $100,000 in a year. You have some people who have spent $1,000 in a year, but they're still spending. And most people in the outside world would consider spending even $100 on Star Trek Fleet Command in a single year an obscene amount of money. You know, we get kind of like disillusioned a little bit because we're inside STFC and we go, hey, look over there. Like, they spent 40 grand. I only spent 4 grand. They spent 10 times more than me. I'm not a whale. But if you go talk to like any other regular gamer, they go, how in the world could you spend that amount of money on a video game? Right? So it's all perspective. JB hit level 70. He did, but JB's not even a pure free-to-play. There is a pure free-to-play $0 spent who has hit level 70. But even then, JB still spent money. I do love that he hit 70. I mean, I put him on my channel. I promoted the guy. But people spend in G6. All right? Like Acom says they're spending $20 to $30 a month in G6. That's still several $100s a year. Like, it's perspective, guys. Like, that's still a lot of money, right? How many things are you spending $300 a year on besides bills? You know, a lot of average folks aren't spending $300 a year on their hobbies. So, I mean, it's just perspective. Right? It's still a lot of money, which is my point. Scopely is still making plenty of money with STFC. Like, it's not dried up. Not everybody in G6 is just not sitting there going, well, I'm not spending nothing. And if they tell you they are, they're likely lying. So just whatever you enjoy. Obviously, I'm not spending money on the new building. My whole point that turned into like this little rabbit trail is that I have no problem with this loot. Like, yeah, you got to get to level 51 for some of the researches to open up, or level 36 on the building for some things. But is that a bad strategy? The game has to make money or the game dies. I have more of an issue with the event structure than I do the design structure. So, your G6, you spend $150 a month. Yeah, look, I'm not trying to get anybody to dox how much they spend, because I don't care. Whether you spend $0 or $1,000, you're equal to me in terms of as a player. You're both great. I'm just pointing out that, like, it's not everybody in G6, because we've all been justifiably mad for the past 4 months, have not stopped spending. It's still there. Like it or not, it's still there. And when G7 rolls out, it'll be there again. You know, it just is how it is. Would I like to change things? If I had a magic wand, yeah, I'd make everything free. And then because of Rev, the game would die. But yeah, if I had a magic wand, everybody here would have a maxed Crenshaw, a tier 5 Vengeance, and, you know, Cube. Everybody here would. You know, but that's why Rev can't run the game, because Rev would kill the game. So. Anyway, back to the actual loot. Who has questions about the loot? Rev doesn't have a magic rod. No. Got a magic twig. It's not as impressive as a magic rod, but it works. It's cast 3 spells so far. I spent for most of the new specialty ships, but haven't spent much lately. Yeah, look, again, it's y'all's income. I don't care how you spend. All I care about is, are you educated? Do you have the knowledge needed to make an informed choice? If you've got an informed choice, you're good to go. Did you miss your Battle Pass giveaway? That was yesterday, William Smith, on Twitch. We do our Battle Pass giveaways over on Twitch. Here, I'll put the link in the chat so you can see it. So, there you go. I'll have my vitamins while we're talking. What cruising is for the best for the new hostiles? Loot crew. These new hostiles are not very strong. You honestly don't even need to use your strongest ship, because the hull decay is going to destroy your ship quickly no matter what. So anything that can boost the amount of the currency that you get from the hostiles, that's the goal. Remember, level 49 in Dunt, which I don't think there's a single player at 45 who can't beat a hostile in Dunt. So if you're new to the loop, at the bare minimum, everybody should be skipping the first couple systems and head to Dunt. So everybody, you don't need to go to 112A. You need to go to 112B. Ignore these. Go to Dunt. Grind and Dunt. Tim says pylum with a loot crew. Absolutely fantastic. If I still had my pylum, I would do that. Right? Just go to Dunt. Everybody can do Dunt. You should. I'd be shocked if you can't beat the hostiles in Dunt. They are literally very weak. If you are able to go further than that, you could go up to the 59s, which allows you to start accruing some of the uncommon, which is the 5-star. Just keep in mind, you don't need that until level 51, and it pays out the same amount of common as Dunt does. So, if anything, the only negative is I'm telling everybody to go to the same system. That's the one negative in this whole thing is the best place to go is everybody needs to go to Dunt, which is the same spot. So there's literally one system that everybody needs to be grinding in. Now, luckily, not everybody watches Rev Deuce. You're going to have a lot of people just sitting down in Finicus and IK25 and stuff and not following Rev. Actually, these systems are different than these systems. So we were talking about this cluster of 4 right here. It's like maybe you'll get lucky and there's just people sitting around in there. But the most efficient way to play, Loot Crew in Dunt. Alan says they can only get 4 level 45s up there. You can only hit 4? Well, yeah, if you don't have the building upgrade, yeah, you can only hit 4 because that's the Decay. But that's my point, is the Decay is the same. Like, the Decay for all 4 of these systems is 25%. The building can reduce that. For example, level 25, my building is minus 10%. So, the Decays are identical. The loot payout is most right here, and it's the same every other system above. So, the maximum loot for a common drop, here, I'll put it on the screen for you. The maximum loot for a common drop, right here, there, 4,750. Doesn't matter where you go past Dunt, it's 4,750. So Dunt, right there, up there, furthest you need to go if you need common. Now, if you want to grind for the uncommon, you can. And then you want to go to the 59 system, which is ENA 36. Keep in mind, it has a 50% decay, meaning without the building, you can hit 2 hostiles. So it's really easy. It's a very basic, very quick loop. Put a loot crew on. If you've got a Pylum or a Coronar or a Newton that have a loot ability, throw it out there and then get you some loot and be done. And even more, if you had the Incursion Exo popped, even more goodies, right? So like I would really recommend crewing Enterprise E Picard, Rachel Garrett, 5 of 11, like anything that gives you more loot. There you go. Thumper says link to spreadsheet. It is in my Discord in the volunteer charts channel. If you're not already in my Discord, encourage you to go jump in. There's so many goody things in there, including spreadsheets for all you nerds like me. I'll put a link to my Discord here, but every chart will go into our volunteer charts channel so that y'all can have easy access to it in the Discord. Now, if you don't use Discord, message me on Facebook, X, etc. I can send it to you, but pretty basic. So, how hard the hostiles of the Decay isn't part of it. They're not. That's the point. The hostiles, here, I'll put this back on the screen because the hostiles have special abilities, but the hostiles power-wise and stuff are quite weak until you get here. So if you are one of those G6 players we were talking about before and you paid to get your building upgraded so that you can actually take these on, because without the building upgrades, you're not gonna be able to negate enough of the Decay to take these on. Because look at the Decay on this, 250% is insane. It's absolutely bonkers. Without the building, you can't even kill a hostile. But if you have paid for all that and you're up here, then we can kind of talk about crewing being a little bit different, because as you can see, there are high ISO numbers, things like that. But if we're being honest, then it's more about the research, because the research negates a lot of this. If you look at the research, there's a lot of stuff for the ISO defense in the research. There's Apex barrier, so really even this gets negated by just doing the research tree. So you can still, depending on how strong you are as a player, even in G6, rely on loot crews. Like Moopsy, I don't think Moopsy did, but Moopsy, just because I saw you were here, did you up your building? And if so, are you still using loot crews to take these on? These are just not very difficult hostiles because they're mostly a mitigation and damage based hostile, which is an old style. Like they do have ISO. I'm not trying to ignore this. I'm just saying it's not that great. Now the Apex barrier over here, again, sounds impressive until you look at all that shred that's in the research tree and all the shred you have available to you in G6. I can't tell you what I'm doing for the events because you said I can't say. Oh, moopsie, goofy goober. Stop it. Behave yourself. Anyway, now if you are finding difficulties with the hostiles without the decay, let me know and I'll happily try to help you build something that works for you. I don't want to dismiss anybody because I know people are at different levels, but truly, power-wise, these are not strong hostiles. We'll actually fly to the 59 system here real quick, and I'll show you with a scan like their base stats, and they're not super strong. Bohica says they up theirs with one pack, and the 51 to 59 hostiles are a joke. The 61s hit different. Like I said, the 61s start getting the ISO, which, again, that is, if we go in the research tree, you'll see is more about having the research done than even really crewing. Though I would say this, if you're a G6 player, number one thing, if you've not done the research, you want to have that maxed Joaquin below decks, and you probably also want to add Pelia as well because the ISO damage is a 700%. You want to try to negate a lot of that as much as you can in G6. The G5 ISO is there, but it's still really low, Tim, because they don't have... Remember, ISO is just a booster based off standard damage. And the 59s, like, this is what I wanted to show, they do not have high damage. Like, they have very low DPR. Like, this is not a strong ship. You've got level 40 ships that put out 17 million DPR. So they're not super powerful just like statically. So having a 500% ISO bonus on a low DPR does not result in a huge amount of damage. Also keep in mind that the lower ones, so everything below level 60, has got a very low crit chance. Normal hostiles have usually got around a 10 to 15% crit chance. These only got a 6.7% crit chance. That does up when you get to the G6 ones where they have a 100% crit chance. And then the high G6 ones, the epics, have a 600% crit chance, meaning you can't even negate the chance for a crit, but you can still negate their crit damage. So there's a lot of things you can do. Obviously, I'm talking mostly to people who are dealing with the uncommons and commons, but these just don't have a lot of stats. Like, even their mitigation stats are okay, and that's with, you know, them having that big booster. But yeah, we just had level 45 Sugar Fat Man here, and he was hitting 53s as a level 45. You know, and it's not very common to be able to easily punch up 8 levels on a new hostile. So these are, again, not saying that they're just like super weak made of paper, but they are not like the Sulabons that came out. They're not like the Augment Exiles that came out. Like, these are very punch upable, but really you just need to hit the ones that apply to the currency that you need. What ship and crew is he using? He was using the Relativity and the Strange New World crew. Charles, Relativity and Strange New World crew. Yeah, Sugar Fat Man says the only thing he's gated by right now is warp range. So these are very easy hostiles. And to be clear, unless you have spent money, the only hostile you need to hit is a 49. And I would be very surprised if people are showing his 49s. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just saying that a 49, it's hard to imagine anybody struggling with a 49. Because remember, this loop starts at 45 and above, right? So it's, if you were level 40, I could get it. But level 45 should be able to easily take down the Dunt hostile to get the commons. So Sloppy says, my building is 31. I can kill 3 59s, but you only need like 1 kill for a 4-star pull. It's not really a grind, which is nice. Thank you, Sloppy. Sloppy, if you wouldn't mind, share what ops level you are, so everybody can have a frame of reference. If I can have a frame of reference. But we come in here on these, and we do a quick scan. You see, very weak. Look at the DPR, only 5 million. That is G3 level DPR. Like, I mean, here, do I have a ship home? Are you home? No, you're sitting there. I need a ship home real quick so I can show you some DPRs. But like, here's a tier 8 GS31, which that's not a G6 level GS31. I mean, look, 165 million DPR. Like, we're talking, that's Rotar and Enterprise. I'm trying to pick Sompek 196. I mean, my mining ship in G5. You know, let's do a Nova. That's a good one. The Nova. This is the mining ship at 51, 23 million DPR. Like, the base numbers of these hostiles is quite low. It's like Robert says, if you can grind in the capital systems, which my level 34 account can do, you can grind these hostiles. Any word on officers getting added into Officer Depot bucket? No. Tib says, I had a couple of my 46s telling me that they couldn't even kill a 45 last night with a 70 million pylum. I had questions that did not get answered. Yeah, I struggle to believe somebody, like, your 70 million pylum should be able to come hit this hostile with Kingsner as a captain, and you win. There's no reason a 70 million pylum can't beat a 45, let alone a 49, or 49, let alone 45. I don't understand that. That has to be an egregious lacking in research. And I'm not trying to call out anybody in your alliance. That doesn't make sense. In those cases, I have found that if we sit down with those people in our Discord, in 5 minutes, we have them doing it. Slight changes. So, Pegasus says, I can only kill one level 51 hostile due to the 55% hull damage I receive. I'll try the 49s. I haven't done them yet. The 49s, again, that is the sweet spot for common. 59 is the sweet spot for uncommon. Rare goes 66, and then epic goes 70. Mason says my NSCA is stronger than my relativity. Yeah, fair. Again, I'm not saying you have to use the relativity like Sugar Fat Man. More of just, hey, whatever's your strongest ship, if you're 45 and above, you should be fine. Like, it should not be a struggle or a problem. I'm only gonna be able to get like 2 of these, but still, I'm gonna do it anyway. Revo says, yesterday I was killing 2 to 3 per hull. Today I can't barely take 1 down with the same ship crew. Nothing has changed. And without having anything to compare it, I can't really answer why that would be the case, but I can tell you they didn't change anything. So, let's see. What should we low guys, level 46, focus on in the refinery? Great question. Building upgrade. You want to get the building focused on first. So you want to be double pulling your building. If you have things left over, then I would say the second most important is probably research. The only people that I'm going to say do the stasis globe first, like I'm doing, is if you're an upper G5. Like if you're getting close to G6, this takes 100 days to do. Priority is pull, double pull. Make sure you're double checking when this upgrades so that you can, be as efficient as possible. And then upper G5, stasis globe first, regular players, research, and stasis globe. Those are your priorities. And then we got this to get all your goodies if you've make it to 51. And there's your syndicate bomb, which becomes available at 51. Did your alliance lose a territory or turn off a buff? What do you mean? What do you mean, Tibbs? Murphy, loot crew. I feel like we're going to be saying that a lot today. Loot crew. Oh, Tibbs, you were talking to Revo, not me. My apologies. I just saw Rev and I was like, oh, that's me. So, graduated. I'm focusing on this loop, man. Focusing on this loop. I don't want to miss any questions on this loop. We got 500 people here, and I know a lot of people, new loop. They want as much help as possible. So, good to see you, Abmar. Welcome in. Skippy says, free to play should have the recon building at 26 if you did the double refinery pulls every 5. Yeah, so I'm at 25, and I've not pulled my battle pass because there are building materials, or schematics rather, for this new building in the battle pass. I don't remember how many are at the early levels. Let's go look. I still need to do my domination for the day. But that's the choice tokens. Is it in this one? No. That one. There we go. So there's 120 in milestone 4, which would push me to, I think, 27. But I got to do my domination first. Double check. It should be, yep, we can do ship XP and officer XP. I'll go do that real quick. And then we can bump that up, which will allow me to redo my refinery. Remember, your refinery resets every few levels. I'm really trying to make sure people remember so they can pay attention to that. That is key because it is not consistent, which is annoying. It is very annoying. It's not consistent. But just making sure y'all are aware of that. As you upgrade this building, you want to pay attention so that you can catch those refinery resets. And obviously that's going to be, to your advantage to get those as many times as you can, because that's going to be more pulls that you can then do. Ooh, Garrick's ready to upgrade. Oh, hello, sir. Oh yeah, I forgot. I just did the research. I can max out. I'm gonna do that real quick. Let me recall this. I'm gonna get Garrick up a tier. Give me just a second. Any idea how many 70s did the heroic yesterday without spending? No, because I've not even attempted to check that. So No clue. No clue. I mean, I know some did. Most people just ignored it, didn't see it had any value.
There's stories told in chat rooms about the night he tanked for 10. No crew, no buffs, just whiskey guts, and came back out again.
All right, let's get this home and let's go upgrade that. Oh, repair, forgot about that. Let me get wrong button. I do that all the time. That's really annoying. Go into officers menu, upgradable. Let's go find Garrick again. And this will complete my events. Upgrade that. I'm not gonna, yeah, I'll blow Latinum on it. Why not? Why not? I earn Latinum every day. What powers my cube? I don't know, 2 billion something? 2 billion something? Good day for upgrading officers. Best day. I love upgrading officers on domination events. That's how I usually get mine done. And again, this is to hit milestone 4. If you're level 45 and above, that means that you're going to get 120 of these schematics, which is going to allow you to upgrade the building. And then at 25, that's one of the levels that it resets. So do not get all these upgrade materials and bulk upgrade your building. Do not do that. If you bulk upgrade your building, you will miss out on multiple refinery resets, limiting how much stuff you get. Right? See? Do not do that. There have been people out there who have made that mistake. Do not bulk refine your building, bulk upgrade your building. You will miss refineries. And see, my next one is level 36. So remember, we went level 6, 11, 16, 21, 26. Now my next one is 36. But at least I know where it's at. And then we'll double pull the building again. Because remember, our focus is on upgrading the building. So my next one is going to be there. But now I can know, okay, I don't have to worry about bulk because my next one's 36. All right, so I think I can go to maybe 28. Yep, go to 28 now. So be very, very careful as you're doing that because there are multiple level changes. So like as we have Tim in there, once you get into the 40s, it starts upgrading every 2 levels, right? So just pay attention to that little info button in your refinery so you don't miss it because this is just giving you an opportunity to speed up the loop. You know, the more you can double refine, the more you can do that, the quicker you're able to progress through it. And we were just talking about, hey, you got to get to level 51 before some of the research opens up. There's actually a gate at level 36 for the research with the building. So you see here, I'm already getting to 28 on day 2. And then these are the methods that you want to kind of like just pay attention to. Pay attention to. Wish that was shown yesterday before I bulk upgraded to 18. I showed it on my stream. I get your frustrations. All I can do is try to help out. I will say this, Alan. If you ever have a question, me or my friends over in the Discord will gladly help you out. Tibbs is also one of our content creators. Tibbs is here. Tibbs is super knowledgeable, and he likes turtles. But not only does he like turtles, he knows about Star Trek Fleet Command. We got a lot of people who help you out. John says, how are you at 28? Again, 100% free to play. Double refines in my refinery. And then also getting that, the gimme they gave out as well. There are also codes. I think it's a good opportunity to remind people about the codes. If you haven't done it, I'm actually going to give you several codes to try. I'm going to type them in the chat. These are all codes that have been released for various level players over the past 8 days. So some of them might not work for you. That's okay. I'm going to type out every code available as of right now. Here are 5 codes for you to try to put into your code putter inner, which you can now do without actually going to the store. So there are 5 codes in the chat you can try. Okay? Now, I'm going to explain them so that y'all going to go, well, Rev, it didn't work for me. Okay, cool. Not everyone is for everybody. But ST Labor was for the Labor Day one. It was active as of yesterday. It might have had a 7-day timer on it. Try it. Star Trek Day is one from a few days ago, celebrating Star Trek Day, which just happened, by the way. That gives you Officer Depot tokens. Bajoran was the secret code inside the VIP magazine. Now, that is supposed to only work on VIP accounts, but every now and then, a lucky son of a gun out there finds that the code works for them. Put in that code for freebie stuff. Then you have the code Villains, which is meant for level 45 and above players. That is your monthly code. And for 44 and below players, Vil is your code. So there are 5 codes for you to try. Yesterday, I was able to get both the villains and the vil code to work on this account, and neither of them worked on the level 34 account. So just try them out. There are 5 codes for you to try. Yeah, Dark, just go to the redeem promo code, and you can now do the codes directly on your client, your Mac, PC client, etc., without having to go all the way to the store. Nick, I've actually made several videos on how to break down battle logs. So I actually already have that content up for you. It's on this, the website, or on the YouTube channel. What crew do you use for your 4-star Q trials? Pipe Road Chin. Pipe Road Chin. Does Picard Q or French Q below deck repair work against these hostiles? The technical answer is yes, Bob. The longer term answer is, okay. I guess the short answer is no. The long answer is yes. The long answer is yes because if you're going multiple rounds with this new hostile, yes, it works. Because hull regen, so anything that activates hull regeneration is actually the very first thing that happens before a sub round starts in a round. So if you got round 2, the first thing that happens for anything else is the system does a check for hull repair. So if you got into a fight with the new hostile that lasted 2 or 3 rounds, then yes, that ability works. But are you running into that as a thing? Is really kind of more of my question. Like, are you running into that? Is that happening? So, like, and do you want to have multiple round fights? It's more of a G6 thing. Like, if you're a G6 player who has to hit the G6 hostiles, that's something to more think about. I hear you say Pipe Road Champ for 4-star Q trials. Yes, Pegasus, where have you been? You hit my content up all the time. Every time you see me do Q trials, it's Pipe Road Chin. Level 56 players are completing their Q trials with Pipe Road Chin. Like, yes, absolutely. Where have you been? Pipe Road Chin. Some people use Pipe Road Anorax as well, depending on the hostile. So, is VIP still invite only? Level 67 spends maybe 200, 300 a month. Yeah, that's not VIP level. It is invite only. Not that I'm diminishing your value. You're a good person, Chatterfang, but yeah, that's Dolphin level. Tibbs, good. And this is why I said multi-round matters. In fact, shout out to Tibbs because I talked about this in yesterday's stream and we needed to test it. And Tibbs actually went out of his way to go test it. That the Decay is still going to hit round 1. You have to make it to round 2 to get any form of that repair, but then you're still going to get the Decay hit in round 2. So you can like slightly push, you know, your whole health back up. But the real key is just hitting these things quick, fast, and getting done with it. You want to hit it quick, fast, and in a hurry, get out of the way, move forward, right? You really don't want to get into multi-round fights with these things because of the Decay. Like, you want to be able to do them round 1 and be done. It's like, even though the technical answer is yes, you can make a build that works like that. I guess the better question is, why would you want to? You just want to hit them fast, hit them hard, get out. So, I'm going to do my aggregation barrier here since apparently I scored in an event. Ever had a con champion event stop respawning in the Augment Factory Store? Yes, you might need to put in a ticket. Remember, for Augment Exiles, there is a path that you need to follow. That path is as follows. Activate, hit, collect reward. Do not activate anything else while you're in that process. Collect it, then go redo it. More aggravation, questions and comments. I want to make sure everybody gets it answered here. Why do you think they cannot do 2 days of arena? I don't have an answer for that, Eric. I wish it did. Why do I think? Because it's barely popular as it is. And I say that as somebody who likes it. About right now, for about the past 2 months, PvP Arenas is averaging about 5,000 people playing it on Monday nights. Now, can Friday be different? It does open up far more potential players. We'll see if those numbers go up this Friday. I'll be doing it. If you want to play PvP Arenas with Rev, come over to the Twitch channel. I will be live streaming it. If y'all want to play with me, I play with viewers every arena. Every arena. And my win rate's over 90%. So you're like, oh, I can never find a good team. Well, come play with Rev and his folks, and we'll get you some W's. But you better know what you're doing, or we're going to teach you how to do it, and we're going to make you do it right. Make you do it right. Skippy says that they wouldn't require us to recall all ships. I might be willing to do that. I'll be honest. Mining is so stupid and pointless. Who cares? Recall those ships and come have fun. You really want to mine rather than play with Rev Deuce? Sounds like you've got horrible life choices. Stop making horrible life choices. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Skippy. Stop making bad life choices. Also, I'm looking for some OPC while we're up here. Ooh, Hypo, you in the chat? Hypo, I'm coming for you. I'm giving you a warning, Hypo. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're OPC and I need your loot. I'm letting you know, Hypo, I love you, but I'm about to beat the brakes off your Selkies. This is your... You got 3 of them? Oh, I'm about to beat the brakes off your Selkies. Hypo. He's a regular in the chat, everybody. Hypo, I'm about to give you 3 Sigma repair bills. This is your verbal warning. It's going to happen. What crew are you using that works for the new hostiles? Loot crew. That is the answer for everybody. Loot crew, loot crew, loot crew. Defeating the hostiles is all about the building upgrade and the research. Building upgrade and the research. You do not need special punch-up crews for these hostiles. So, Aggregation Refinery, the common and uncommon banner pull needs more. Nemesis, so did you, since you're here, Nemesis, how far did you pay to jump up your stuff? Out of curiosity, how far did you, not that I'm shaming you for it, obviously, but because we haven't had a lot of people jump up into the newer ones, how far did you take your building? So we can show some of the folks the stuff. Might want to name your stream Use Loot Crews. That's fair. But I mean, it's a legitimate question. And obviously new players or, oh crap, I'm using the wrong shit. I'm trying to hit it with a Nova. Whoops. Obviously players are going to want to know what's working. And I get that. Hypo's not paying attention, which is good for me because I need the uncommons. Get over here. Come on, zoom, zoom, zoom. Avoid that stupid Suliban transport. Too bad this doesn't have the same effect that a Sting does. Oh, there he went. There, and now he woke up. Tried to warn Hypo, but he wasn't listening. So Rev got to get one of his goodies. I got Hypo's goodies. All right, let me go see if there's another goodie around here. We'll go looking for goodies. All right. You took yours to 57. Okay, so that means you're in the uncommon Nemesis. Nemesis, would you mind? You probably got your pulls, so you can't show anything. But if you want to show everybody what you're saying, if you want to send me some screenshots, I can put it on the screen so they can see. Chrono took theirs to 53. So it sounds like we have a few people who did the single building upgrade for $100 to get to the uncommon level, which means that you only need to farm the 59s, which is pretty easy, to be honest with you, especially now that you've made it to the building level 59. Pretty easy. You max mirror data, congrats. That's awesome. That's awesome. You have the community mod? Oh, that works too. So yeah. You can do one level 61 hostile. Yeah, since it has a 150% rate, it's toughy. Is there a different advantage triangle to these new hostiles? No, there's not, Jared. No, there is not. Give me just a second. We're waiting on screenshots, and I'm hitting OPC because Rev's a pirate. Rev's a pirate. Done. Thank you, Nemesis. All right, I'm going to just see if there's anything in here. Oh, what we got up here? Some 60s. Any Selkies? Nah, no Selkies. People are learning. People are learning. What we got up here? Anything? No, just Shoopster with no OPC. Bummer. The key to hunting OPC in transition space, if y'all haven't figured out, if you're a G5 player, but even really strong G4s can do it if they have the warp range, you're looking specifically for Selkies. Selkies, Selkies, Selkies. That is the way to get the best OPC for the transition loop. That's how I get my transition pulls, if I'm being honest with you. I would not get my transition pulls if it wasn't for Selkies, because I don't mind that much transition. Even though you just saw me mining transition, I don't mind that much transition. It's all thanks to Selkies that Rev pulls this off, and I actually need to go grind more uncommon canisters, apparently. So, it's all thanks to Selkies. What makes the Selkie vulnerable? Because G5 mining ships have very low protected cargoes. They're very similar to, like, think of the Selkie as like a North Star, but for a very high level player. You ever been part of a row alliance? Believe it or not, Any Cool Gamer, I was actually part of the group that designed the original row for server 20 all those years ago in the beginning of the game. It's how I know row fails. So yes. Yes. So because there's low protected cargo, that is opportunity for you to get goodies. But regular faction ships like the 68s have, and the regular G5 mining ships have better cargo. Selkies specifically are just a nice sweet spot. of goodies. Now, you can get lucky sometimes and find like a Nova or something that has just been sitting on a node for a while. But because the hazards exist, most people aren't going to survive long enough to go OPC in a G5 mining ship. But a Selkie will go OPC very quickly. So, came to stream way too late. I'm going to have to watch from the beginning to understand how to make building a level so fast. Mine is only level 1. So, Denra, real quick, couple points to help you out. New building. Do not do a bulk upgrade. Don't go from like 1 to 18 at one time, right? You want to do it every 5 levels. The refinery resets. There's a free gift for you to claim. That'll help you get that building upgraded semi-quickly. But you want to pay attention to as you're upgrading. Do the refine. You want to max pull it. And then just as it resets every 5 levels, you just keep slowly doing that double refine, do the pulls, and that'll help you get the building into the 20s pretty quickly. Sorry about that. Apologies. Your OCD wants to click Rev's help button. There you go. Oh, there's another one back already. Look, there you go. Also, Hammy, if you make it to 1 hour into the stream, I love you, buddy. But the turkey's done. I don't know if you know this, but the turkey's done. Apparently, people on the West Coast do not wear undershirts. So there's a lot of ding ding going on. And I just wanted you to know, if you didn't know, it's why I'm big on undershirts. Just FYI. I know with V-necks, you know, it's tough to find a V-neck undershirt because then you see the undershirt. The whole point of the V-neck is to show off your amazing nerdy chest. Just letting you know, man. Bing, bing. It was ready. It was ready. I'm just letting you know. I love you. It's not mean. Just like for future reference, I just want you to know we're definitely talking about it everywhere. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. All right. The amount of people who have messaged me about that is equal to the amount of people who've told me, why is this game terrible? Like, it's been a high number of people is what I'm saying. It's been a very high number of people who have messaged about this topic, which maybe speaks more about the community than it does Hammy's clothing choices. The fact that so many in the community are obsessed with turkey being done. But I'm just letting you know, clearly the air conditioning works in Culver City. And clearly, y'all are having a good time up there. I'm happy. I'm happy. Thank you, Tarkus, by the way. If you are here, if you want to help out the channel real quick, there are 500 people here. As we're teaching you the new loop, the best ways to do it, help me out by liking the video. Look, not everybody can donate. I get it. Some of y'all are brokies just like me, but you can help the channel by following, subscribing, and hitting that like button. And if you don't do it, you might be a communist. And what is there anything worse in life than being a communist? I don't know. I honest to goodness don't know. So be kind, rewind, and hit that like button. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Oh, we got nothing there. Well, ooh, Alistar. He OPC? Nope, never mind. That's not what I thought it was. Darn, darn, darn. All right, well, recall. Apparently, I've gotten all the OPC here for now. Did anyone beat Hammy at the stair challenge? Yeah, I will also say that, because clearly when they record the videos for Scopely, they do it in segments. But man, that man was like, he had Gowron eyes. I'm not gonna lie. It was the most Star Trek a Scopely employee's ever looked. That man had straight up Gowron eyes. He was like, glory to you and your game. Sorry. All right. Good times. You got to have fun. If you're not playing a game for fun, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hammy's a good CM. We love Hammy. He's not going to like me making fun of him, but we love him. It's all in fun. Just good American fun. You get sore muscles? Calm down, Chrono. Glory to you and your muscles. Anyway. All right. He was locked in. He was very locked in. I mean, Hammy was very excited about this arc. And who can blame him? It's an arc that you can do in less than 5 minutes a day. And all joking aside, look, Scopely deserves praise. If there's a small, like, single, very soft pat on the back to be given, this arc is less than 5 minutes a day, super easy. You can do it in, like, you could do 1 day's worth of grinding and have months of stuff saved up and not worry about it. Like, that as a design, I like. Give me those 5 minute loops. We like that. We like that. Yeah, big fan. I'm giving Scopely credit for the design of this month. And if y'all don't agree, well, that's fine. You are more than welcome to have your opinion. So, his lack of blinking makes me think he's trying to tell us somebody save me. So we had the GM was in a ransom video, and apparently you're saying this was Hammy's ransom video. You saying everybody at Star Trek Fleet Command is being held hostage right now? Okay. A little bit of a conspiracy theory, but you know, maybe. 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 All right. Pretty sure it would be an OSHA violation to have a broken AC in Culver City. Hey, I live in Louisiana. Culver City doesn't know what heat and humidity is. They don't even know. Sent level 51 building refinery screenshots Discord. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Nemesis, that's what we were doing as I got distracted. Oh, wow, you sent a bunch of them. You know what, Nemesis, you did a great job, but he sent like literally all of them. So I'm just going to use this as an opportunity to show all the different things for level 51. So this is every refinery option at level 51. Obviously, we got our normal commons. Didn't mean to zoom in. That was my bad. So you still got your normal common aggregation banner pull. Here is your uncommon aggregation banner pull. There's your chest cost for what you're getting, right? But again, you can't see it because I've got the dono goal up, but they've got 7.2 million of this already. Like, I just want to say real quick, Tim, can you please, for the love of whatever deity you worship, get a life, sir. 7 million in 24 hours is how much you've gotten already? Get a life. Like, get off the game. Touch some grass. Smoke some grass. Tim, what is your problem? I appreciate you, by the way. Thank you for sending these screenshots. That is kind of to my point of what I was saying of how easy it is to store up this. That's why I like it, though. Like, this is truly a very quick loop. All right, here is your Recon Locus schematic cost. Look, y'all, it's a game. We got to have fun. And I know Tim, so I'm allowed to make fun of Tim. All right, here is your Recon Uncommon Locus scheme or Locus cost. Remember, this starts at level 51. Here is your studies for common cost. Studies for uncommon cost. This is your research currency. Here is the uncommon prototype tech. Remember, at level 51 of the building, you get access to the PvE new PT that just came out, the Orion Bomb, and you're going to need protomatter and tier-up catalyst to upgrade it, but you can still use the same fusion rods. Then there is, you know, the rare protomatter, and there's that are using the uncommon banners, and there are the cost for those curious. Now, Nemesis was saying that they think that it's a little bit light, as in you're not getting enough, and I can understand that argument. I do like the simplicity of this, so maybe I'm a little bit slightly different in opinion, but generally speaking, I'm of the same mind. Like, I agree. I'm of the same mind, and I agree. All right, we got that there. Sorry, I'm getting ready for later, where obviously we're going to be doing... Yeah, heck it, I'll throw it on this node for since we're here. I got territory, and I don't want to forget my territory later. Because if y'all did not see, I know I told Graduate Katie we're only talking about this loop, but real quick, reminder, the territory pass event just reset. Your Trailblazer event just reset today. So if you haven't been getting your territory points, you want to get them. I am of the opinion that this is the most valuable battle pass currently in the game because it specializes and focuses on special currencies, things that are hard to get. The chronometric particles, the Starfleet honors. You come over here, we've got temporal disruptors. Like, for the average player, there's just so much good here. We have artifacts, we've got the mirror fragments. Like, just for the average player just sitting out there who doesn't have all the things, this is a very, very good one to do. Whether you do the free-to-play track or the paid track, would absolutely recommend jumping into here. And oh, by the way, Emblem of Honor, you know, for upgrading that stupid building that they rarely run an event for. Do your territory stuff. This is super good. More subspace relay upgrades. If I had the $50, to be honest, I'd probably buy it. Like, it really is good. Would encourage y'all. Also only encourage buying it if you reach the end. But don't forget to do your TC Trailblazer SMS. So, can I kill this new hostile with a Valdor? Absolutely. You can kill it with using a Valdor with a loot crew. 100%. Yes. 100% yes. All right, we come up here. I need more of those uncommons, so I'm going to set this back out. I'm actually going to go in here because that thing's about to go kaput, so I'm going to put another one right here. Yeah, use Pylum if you have one for the loot bonus. That is nice, but if your best ship is a Valdor, you can absolutely work on this new loop with a Valdor. So, does the Chaos Globe hazard protection work in mirror and transient areas? Great question from Miss Joanne. She always brings good questions. Something about her. So talking about the Stasis Globe, this is the CT that is available to be sourced for everybody in the aggregation loop. Short answer is yes, it does. This is a base hazard buff for everything. Super, super good. I actually want to give credit to because I'll take credit for the things that I feel I influenced. Did Rev influence sliders for your shields? You're darn tootin'. But I think another individual needs to get a shout out for the Stasis Globe, Nigel. Now, many of you probably won't know Nigel because Nigel leads the Voice of the Player podcast in the VIP Discord, which, by the way, they're starting to share that out publicly. So if you want to listen to it, check out my Discord. It's posted in the Other CC's channel. But he pushed really heavily to get this added in. I was talking to him with it, and I just want him to get a little bit of shout out and praise because this is fantastic. This is going to change how everybody goes into G6, their experience compared to previous players. So absolutely fantastic for that base hazard resistance. You're probably going to enjoy the warp speed boost, and the whole health boost ain't going to hurt you either. Whatever your PvE ship is, this is probably going to be the main CT that you have on it regularly going into G6. Very, very good. Very nice. Yes, very nice. So, shout out to Nigel and shout out to Miss Joanne for a great question. As far as the new hostile goes, you'll see more and more people coming in asking about it. Loot crew, and you want to focus on, until your building is upgraded to 51, your best value bang for your buck is farming in Dunt. So farm in Dunt. So also better mining, correct. Yeah, you can throw it on your Selkies, throw it on whatever miner you have to make it last longer in those mining systems. What research tree helps to get ships power up? That's a lot of things. Anything to do with hull health, damage, mitigation stats, all those are going to directly boost your ship's power. Especially hull health. But yeah, dun. Go there. See it? That's where you want to go because the common payouts starting from Dunt all the way up are the exact same. So you go to Dunt, it's only got a 25% decay. So meaning you should be able, regardless of building, to hit at least 4 hostiles. So even without a loot crew, that means that you're bringing in almost 20,000 currency, which is going to help you with your pulls. If you're bringing a loot crew, that number's getting pumped way up. Enterprise E Picard, Rachel Garrett, 5 of 11. Remember, all 3 of those loot abilities stack on top of each other. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So you get more. We love more around here. Big fans of it. So loot crews for down here. We like that. Is it worth to do a single pull of the schematics and globe daily versus a double schematic pull? That's a great question, Sloppy. Here's how I see it. If you are an upper G5 player, let's just say that you're 55 and above, you want to focus on, because you're so close to G6, unless you plan on staying at level 60 like Rev is doing, just chilling out, having time and being fun, you wanted the Stasis Globe, because the Stasis Globe takes 100 days to unlock. Now, if you say, hey, I'm not going to get to G6 in less than 100 days, then you can focus on the building and pull at your leisure. If you feel like you're going to reach G6 in 3 to 4 months, you want the Stasis Globe as a priority. If you don't think you're going to reach it in 3 to 4 months, then you can do it more slow, focus on the building upgrade first, and then catch the Stasis Globe where you can. Would be my recommend. Now, if you're a G4 player out there, like you're level 45, don't even worry about the Stasis Globe yet. Focus on the building and some of the research, and then you're going to run into a research wall anyway because you got to get your building to like level 36 for more research, and then 51 for more research. Hit the Stasis Globe there. The higher you are in terms of level, in terms of getting close to G6, the more important it is to focus on pulling the Stasis Globe, like I am right now. Valhalla says, do you like the $100 for the building upgrade to go to 53? Do you see value, especially for G6? I'm gonna be honest. Do I see value in it? No, because Rev is very, very, very picky about where he spends his money. I will say this. Given how they have been historically, I think them offering a $100 upgrade pack that takes you all the way to, $50 is a good value compared to how they charge people in the past. All right. I am not saying to do it. I'm simply saying if we're arguing value, if you've been in G6, you certainly know that there have been buildings they've charged $1,000 to max it out on and $500 just to get some level of value. This is $100 to up the value. What is the value of going to that pack? It unlocks the uncommon area, which is going to be this right here. So then you get double the currencies that you can pull in. So that means that you're pulling in both common and uncommon building schematics, both common and uncommon research, right? So you're able to afford more and do more, progressing through the loop faster. Would I do it? I mean, obviously not me personally, but if we're arguing value as a Scopely metric, then yes, I would say that has value. If we're just arguing value as like, here's how Scopely does things, is it worth it? I think in terms of Scopely value, yes, it's there. Up to you if it's worth it for you personally. So, whoa, hold on. Whoa. Did it only pull 100 boxes? Hold on. Tibbs, we need an emergency testing session. Is it back to only pulling 100 boxes at a time? Is there some communism afoot? Did y'all just see that, or did it just bug out for me? Hold on. Are box pulls back to being limited to 100? What just happened? Don says they just pulled 200 a few minutes ago. Maybe it just glitched out for me. Maybe Scopely just hates it. It's because I made fun of Hammy. Okay. All right, I'm sorry. I was starting to freak out a little bit. This is why I shouldn't make fun of Hammy. We love Hammy, by the way. Quality. Having heart palpitations. Like, oh no. A good quality of life update got rolled back. Oh no. Wait, am I not pulling this? Why are you not pulling this? Oh, I must have upgraded and forgot. All right, pull. There we go. And start working my way downtown. You knew that would happen? Yeah. So I think it just glitched out for me. Tibbs and Brazzi both said it's working fine for them. I'm going to take their word for it because those two individuals will never lead me astray. So I'm going to take their word for it. But yeah. Here's a bug. If you have officer shard efficiency and unlock an officer early, those officers acquired early for less shards aren't always available for crewing. Haven't run into that one, Sloppy. Haven't run into that yet. Oh, I got to do more 2-star. Oh, well. Oh, cool. Another glitch. Wow, we're working great today. Just doing everything really, really well to the utmost standards of gaming popularity. So we're just doing fantastic right now. Awesome. Awesome. But the picture is missing, so the box is hard to see. Okay. Bulk refined. Your autograders haven't lived long enough to test a 100 plus box opening? Well, sounds like, and this is just me speaking aloud, have you considered getting gooder? Have you thought about that? Just a thought, not an insult. Have you considered getting gooder? Love you, Dinwit. Glad you're here. Thank you for supporting my family, by the way. You're good people. Sent Disco Dunt to summon a G3 rare and summoning not working? Summoning not working? That sounds odd. I'm gonna recall this. We gotta go do some Zendy real quick. Don't forget today is also Zen Deep. Very important. Can I get into artifact upgrade screen when upgrading artifact gallery building? Is there any other way? No, there's not. You would have to just speed up your artifact gallery. Hold on, let me double check. That could be wrong. 1 second. Artifact. Does this tab work? You can't artifact. I don't think you actually access the artifacts themselves, but I do believe you can access the turn-ins tab here. Check that. Now, accessing the artifacts directly, you would just have to speed up the building. You have to speed up the building. All right, let me come in here. We're going to swap crew out. Gonna do our cheesy cheese. Do I have any below deck laying around I'm not using? Just for the heck of it. Seska. Yeah, let's throw that up there. What else we got laying around that I'm not currently using? That wouldn't help. That wouldn't do anything. Tuvok. Oh, yeah, Tom Parrish, you get up there. Give me some pointless mitigation stats. I'm always a fan of pointless more stats. More is more, as I say. Love me some pointless mitigation stats. All right. Let me see. Am I getting hit with both of these, or I think only one is spawning? We'll go ahead and move this over here. All right. You have the community mod? Yeah, the community mod will allow you to do a lot of things that the native client will not. And then we actually were talking about this on the podcast. For those that don't know, myself and Alex, the guy who invented the community mod, and STFC.space, we have a podcast on my website, revduce.com. Anybody who's a member on there can access it. We're actually talking about that very recently, and how we wish and hope Scopely would adopt a lot of those things that you can do in the community mod into the actual clients themselves on PC and Mac. They have yet to do that, obviously, but it is my hope that they'll take some of the great things the community mod does and apply it to the brand new, absolutely amazing community mod. Well, it's not brand new, but it does get updated very regularly. Oh, Lord, my wife is sending me pictures of furniture. Oh, boy. How do I install this community mod? There's a Discord for it. Head over to Discord. We'll help you out. You head to Discord, we'll get you sorted. We might even have Major Sambo do it. She might handle your install personally. She's very good. Very good. All right, we've got a few more minutes. If y'all have questions about the new loop, comments, things that you need help with, please chime in so that we can help you out. I definitely want to try to answer as many questions as I can about this new loop. It's honestly not super difficult, but given the history, I understand people just rather come to Rev, come to Sambo, come to Tibbs, etc. Just have us tell you exactly what to do. Very important now. Take a hot bath with onions, carrots, and potatoes, and my soup. Kaza, I have a question. Why are you partaking in recreational drugs at 1 p.m. on a Wednesday? You need help, sir. You need help. Comments, questions about the game. Appreciate it. Comments, questions about the game. Very, very much appreciated. If you'd like to support the channel, never required, but PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Time zones are not real. Everything exists here in America time, specifically Central Standard Time, the best time zone in the world, not up for debate. I'm Ops 45 with the Recon Lotus at 18, but still can't scratch paint on new hostiles with Tier 9 Katinga. Should I back away from this until I get a rare G4 ship? Which hostile are you not able to do? Because you should be able to beat the G4s. Did that just go boom? Oh, I guess it must have decayed away. Sent a Tier 9 Gladius to Finnicus and killed a level 45 hostile. 1 round, 40% hull damage sustained. Yeah, like I said, they're not hard. They're not hard. So we'll have to find what works. I mean, there should be no player level 45 that can't beat a hostile Finnicus and should be able to beat it at dump, but we can work around and try those out and see if we can help people punch up if needed. So, are the aggregation extractor hostiles meant to be loot goblins? There's two actually types of loot goblins. There's a loot goblin and a hobgoblin. Yeah, I know, that sounds weird. Let me show you on screen what I'm talking about. Back to the spreadsheet. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm sorry. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Gotta add the T in. So, if you look at the very top here, you have a survey that has a star, and then a survey without a star. You have two different types of loot goblins in this new loot. Now, I mean, the payout ain't drastically different. There's not really much of a difference, to be honest with you. Slight difference between the two, but there are loot goblins in this new loot. The surveys with a star, surveys without a star, the Core's Courier. So, fun fact, if you didn't know, one of the things that's been added to these new loops has been adding in loot goblins. So, there you go. Building level to neutralize decay, by the way. We have that input in the spreadsheet. Super useful. Again, shout out to Jules, Quasel, Blue, who put these things together and make them pretty. What will we do without them? I don't have that answer. So, oh, I think, who's working on it right now? Who is it? Blue! I'm going to bug him right now in the middle. Like, oh, my bad. I need a, what am I going to say? Hold on. I got to bug Blue real quick. Merge cells. My name is Blue and I like tater tots. Hold on. We got to. There we go. Because we're very professional in the content creator community. We're very, very professional in the content creator community. Blue is currently working on adding more information about the C12 Stasis globe, which we just talked about being super duper important. And I bugged him and said that he likes tater tots. We're very professional in the content creator community here. Just start OPC hunting. Thanks, Rev. Why do some ships not show cargo and some do? Well, if they don't show cargo, that means they have protected cargo, so they've not gone above that limit. Once they go above their protected cargo limit, they will show as having cargo. Who doesn't like tater tots? Communist. That's who. That sounds exactly who doesn't like tater tots. Communists tell you just eat the potato and be glad the government gave it to you. Good, God-fearing capitalists know that we can have a more enjoyable experience by spending 13 more cents and turning them into tater tots. Amen. Yes. There you go. But as you can see, these constantly get updated by amazing volunteers. So if you ever see Blue or Jules or Quasel or Pseudo or Tarpy or Smurf, any of the volunteers that you'll see wearing orange tags in my Discord, the mods, y'all make sure y'all say thank you, because this is, they don't get paid for this. Like, I don't even send him a bag. I should probably send Blue Mando a bag of tater tots. If y'all see Blue Mando, let him know I owe him a bag of tater tots. I'll even go name brand and get like the Idaho Spud tater tots. But y'all say thank you to your volunteers, because the people who are going through the time to make these, design these spreadsheets, do not get money. Nobody's paying them. Scopely doesn't pay them. I can't afford to pay them. This is all people who love the community and love the game. So if you do see them walking around Discord or somewhere else, just make sure you say a quick thank you. Doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Just make sure you appreciate the people putting in the hard work. I'm also just kind of waiting to see if he'll respond to me. Oh, I'm gonna do another one. Don't ignore me, Blue. I know you can see this. Oh boy. Oh boy, I have problems. If you sent me tater tots, I would block you. Wow, Viper, that's good to know. It's good to know. I don't think Blue knows this is live on stream either. All right, y'all have any final questions though before we wrap up? Any questions about this loop? Anything that you need help with? I'm absolutely happy to try to help. And of course, you can reach out to myself or any of the volunteers at any time on the Discord. We'll be more than happy to do what we got to do to help you out. Oh, did he just add a line somewhere? Whole table just shifted. Whole table just shifted. What was the point in life? 42. The point in life is 42. Also, real quick before we wrap up, a thank you to Tim, who donated $10 for Blue's Tater Tots. Thank you. And a big thank you out to Ben, who donated for me and my wife's anniversary. For those that missed it, we had our anniversary this past Saturday. We actually live streamed our anniversary, had some great laughs, hung out with people, was a lot of fun. And for those that don't know, 1 month from this past Monday is my birthday. We'll be doing a birthday stream. Yep, October 6th, there will be a birthday stream. It's my birthday. If you would like to come hang out, have some hilarities, we might take some shots. Who knows what we'll do? I actually have no idea. But my birthday stream is less than 1 month away. I'll be turning 36 years old. I'm closer to 40 than I am 30, which is something I prefer not to think about. Why did I say it? Who knows? But I just want to say thank you. And I will see y'all there, hopefully. Hopefully. And like the video while you're here. 173 people have liked the video. There's 450 of you still watching. The math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin'. Correct, Eddie. We do need to do Zen Deep. Let me go ahead and pull that up while we're here. Zen Deep is the best way for a pure free-to-play who doesn't want to do arenas to get that premium mirror currency. So make sure y'all are doing that. Premium mirror currency is a must-have. you definitely want to pick up that premium mirror currency, start working on those researches. Just, it has so much value. I know it can be annoying. I'm not saying it's not, but I am saying the value is there and that you should definitely go after the Zen Deep. It's a free-to-play way to do it. Go ahead and start working towards it. I'd like the video if you shared your aggregation hostile crew. Yeah, as I've said 4 million times, and I will say 4 million more times today, that's just the nature of new loops. Loot crew, L-O-O-T, loot. Enterprise E Picard, Rachel Garrett, 5 of 11. Loot crew. Oh, that's what I need to go do that. All right. Loot crew, loot crew, loot crew. If you did not hear it, loot crew. Loot crew. Sounds like I'm saying lizard many times over, but loot crew. So if you haven't done it yet, go do that. Now, if you are a level 45 and you feel like, hey, maybe you're not having as much success as you want to, maybe you're a little underpowered, we can still help you out as well. Just reach out and we'll try to crew around if you can't do that. Oh, he copy pasted. He was in the zone. I love that guy. He's good people. He's good people. Shout out to Blue. Again, y'all thank the volunteers if you see them. They're pretty awesome. They're pretty awesome. All right, back over here. I'm going to get these in, wait for some final comments to see if anybody's got any questions. My Rachel isn't high enough tier yet to take Enterprise E data off my loot crew. Sure she is, because these hostiles are weak. You got this, Pegasus. I believe in you. I believe in you. Is loot crew even real words anymore? Great question. Philosophical question. We'll have to do that on another stream. Do that in another stream. Aaron says happy birthday because they won't be there. Hey, Aaron, I'm going to need you to adjust your attitude because you've been given a month's notice. You can redo your schedule. Don't be selfish. Celebrate my birthday with me. Yeah, Aaron, calling you out. Thank you for being here. How much ISO damage / defense do you have? Like, generally speaking, I think I'm at 350 damage and defense is around 400, not counting Wrath of Khan Joaquin. As a new player, what's the easiest way to source loot crews? Great question, Kevin. As a newer player, 5 of 11 is kind of hard to get, but if you look in your officer depot tokens in the event store, that's the best way to get like Enterprise E Picard, Rachel Garrett, etc. Now, again, depends on your level. Like if you're level 18, you're not going to see that yet, but it is down the road. James, quit spamming that. I don't know why you keep spamming that. Quit spamming things. We don't like spam. There's too many people in here for you to spam the same thing over and over. It makes it hard for me to catch everybody else's comments. All right. No luck with the Pipe Row E data. Only got about 15%. Gonna have to keep tinkering. We can definitely help you tinker, Chevy. Jump in the Discord. I'm there. Sugary Fat Man. He's there too. Pseudo, etc. Everybody's there. We're gonna wrap it up. Appreciate y'all. Live long and plunder. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Dudes, that's me. We'll be streaming again here later today over on Twitch. If y'all want to come hang out, we'll be doing a game called War Thunder. We'll be playing with viewers and we'll be doing STFC. So y'all come give us the time of day if you care. If you don't, well, I'll see you over here later. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. See ya later today or tomorrow. And thank you for supporting me and my family.
Glory to your house.